Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make an advent calendar, but that is in a book. We've got a few tools and products that we're going to use for this. Your paper, you can use any Christmas paper. I've got this one. It's a very old Kaisercraft paper pack. It's called Christmas Wishes. I think it's about 4 or 5 years old. My Scor tape, my glue, scissors, and then your scoring board, your normal tools that you use. Let's go into it and see how to make the book. Now for our little boxes, it's these ones. We need 24 of them, and this way of open and close it, so when you put it on, when you put stuff in there, it will stay, and it is easy to open it. We need 24 of them. I've made a few, and this is what we are going to do. So for our box, you're going to cut any paper of your choice, color of your choice, and it needs to be 4 by 7. On the 4 side, you're going to score at 1 inch and 3 inches. That's your scoring. You're going to turn it, and then you're going to score at 1 inch, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. Now I've still got a few that I need to do, and I'm going to make one with you so you can see exactly. This is what I also want to show you for the layout and cutting out your paper for your boxes, that you don't waste a lot of paper. 11 and a half by 8 1/4. This is the paper size we do get it. You get 3 out of the 1 sheet. So that is actually very convenient. Then I've got mine cut out already. I'm just going to grab my scoring board. And we're going to start off on the 4-inch side first. That is that way, the 4-inch side. We're going to start scoring at 1 inch. Butt it up so that it's on the side here and it's on the side there, and we're going to go to 1 inch, and then we're going to move over to 3 inches. 3 inches. I've got a bit of a thick cardstock here. Okay, when you're done with that, we're going to turn it that side, the 7-inch side, right? And then we're going to score it 1 inch. Maybe I must put it there so you can see. 1 inch. We're going to hop over to the 3-inch, score it, and then we're going to score at 4 inches. We're going to go score at 6 inches. Okay, you're done. Now we're going to cut into our pieces. So we need to, I'll show you. I'll have that. You see there is, I've cut in there so I can show you. It's very easy. So on this 7-inch side, you need to have that in front of you. That side is that we're going to cut in. This one here, you need to cut on the line and try and cut it very straight. On the line up to your scoring line there. This one here, I want you to cut past your scoring line and then an angle to the point, and that is that you're going to cut off. It's not a lot. On this side, on the edge of that Scor line there, angle here to the corner, and that's it. This one you're going to cut straight in the middle of your Scor line, and that's it. Turn it again, and we're going to do the same on this side. Cut straight, and then pass the Scor line to the corner, and on an angle, and that is what we are taking off. The same on this side, and straight on this one in the middle of your Scor line, and that is it. Now you're going to have it on the back side, and we're going to fold it to the middle. We're going to fold that. It's easier for me to work this way because I'm checking here. I'm level and I'm level, and then we're going to burnish. The next one, I make sure that I'm level on this side and level on that side. The next Scor line, I am level, then I'll just bring it over and level. These ones, just that flap. Now let me show you, you need to be level there. That's what is important. And then that will be level. This then should be all level or even. If you're not, you can manipulate your cardstock for when you do your burnishing of your Scor line, that you are straight then. And we're on to our last one, and let's make, yes it is. Okay, now we're going to glue them up. This is a flap, those are flaps, and those are flaps. That's where we're going to go and put our glue. But we're going to do it on those one first. And I see I haven't cut mine very straight here. So this is the time you need to check yours and double check yours. Otherwise, you are going to struggle to fold it in. I'm still a little bit off. That's it. Now let's do our glue on these sides here. I'm just going to do both of them. This is what you need to do. You bring it in and you bring it over, and you've got a square, or you even with your corner there. We'll do the other one. Bring it over and hold it for a minute so that it can take the glue, and then I'm just gonna press it down. I don't want it to move on me. Now we're going to do the middle flaps. if you've got extra hands, like your clips, you can use them. And now we're going to do those flaps there, and I'm just going to do both of them. I'm going to take my extra hands away, and we're going to fold them in and bring it up, and it's going to be level there. Take it up, and that one there. This is the bottom of your box. I'm just going to let it lie down so I can press on it and make sure it did take. Those flaps there, let's do them. That they go into that side, and it's level there. And on this side. So that is the box, and that's not dry yet, but I'm just gonna press it down. I hope I didn't move. No, I did not. And let's press it down. And that is your lid for your box. It's still wet. It should close nicely. And that's our little box. So let's go, and we're going to make 24 of them. I just want to move that over. Yep. Now I'm going to use my extra hands so that can dry like that. I'm going to go and do mine, and when I'm done I'll show you. This is a few of them that I've made already. So we've done our boxes, and you should have 24 of these boxes. That's what we need. Now we're going to go into our placement sheet so that we know where to put our boxes. So what I want you to do is you get any cardstock that you would like. I'm still using the black cardstock that it is 11.5 by, I think it is 8 1/4, and it's literally that little bit that you're going to cut off, so there is no wasting. You need 2 of them. I've done the one already, and I'm going to do this one with you. So what we need to get is our scoring board, and then we're going to go and score on the 1/8 inch side. Oh, you got it. On the 1/8 inch side, we are going to score. Now this is just for a guide for us so that we can place our boxes. That we're not going to fold it, we're not going to do anything. That is just for a guide for us. This is the easiest way of doing it. So the 1/8 inch side, and we're going to score 1/2 inch. So I know it's black, you can't see it, but I can see there is my mark. Then we're going to go to 2.5, and we're going to do another score line. we'll hop over to 3 and we're going to do 3. Then we're going to go on to 5. 5.5 and 7.5. Oops. 7. Oh, it's jumped the truck. 7.5. Let's turn it onto the 10.5 side. So I'm just going to turn this so you can see. We're going to score 1/2 inch. It's going to be our first score line. 1/2 inch. Then we're going to go over to 2.5. We're going to do 3. We're going to do 5, 5.5, 7, 7.5, 8, and then we're going to go to 10. That is all that we need with our scoreboard, so we're going to put that aside. Then you're going to have to get some strips. This is 1/2 inch strips. These 1/2 inch strips is going to go inside where we did our score lines. For the long ones, you are going to do 4 of them. That is on the 10.5 inches. So 4, 1.5 by 10.5. And then the shorter side, you're going to get 5 by 8. And we're going to glue that in. I'm going to do mine and I'll come back and I'll show you. I've got my strips. Now I'm just going to start gluing them onto the 1/2 inch lines. Now if you've got direction in your paper, just have a look and see. Mine had direction. I did not, but it didn't bother me at all. So let's just glue these ones on. I've just got a fine tip glue, and I'm just going to go in my 1/2 inch and then I'll just put that on. It doesn't matter how you're going to do it, because this is just so when we put our boxes that you don't see the black and you see decorative paper. And this is just to save some paper, a little bit of more work, but you're going to save some paper. If you don't want to save paper, you would want to put your pattern paper on, that's all up to you. You can do that. I'm going to do mine. I'm going to finish mine up and I'll show you. There are mine. So I've got now 2 pages, and that's what you need, is 2 pages. That is when we put our boxes in, that's just a guide for us. That's the only way I could figure out that it will help us with the boxes. Let's go and put this aside so that can all get dry, and I want you to grab your chipboard. This is our chipboard pieces that we need to get. So you need to get for the back, the front and the spine 8 1/4, that is the width, and then the length will be 10 3/4, that's 2 of them. Your spine, it is just 2 1/4 by 10 3/4. And then we're going to put this aside. We're going to grab our paper because we will wrap this. I do have 2 white pieces of cardstock. This is a 65 pound and it is from Recollection. This is the best paper, or the 65 pound from any company, as long as it's 65, or you can even go up to 80 to wrap your albums or to wrap chipboard. It will not split. I've just put my Scor tape there because that is all I need to join the two pieces. I'm going to grab my bone folder. This is a Teflon bone folder, and I'm just going to burnish this very well. Now I'm just going to lift the one side, and I'm just going to take it over a little bit like that. I'm not peeling the whole thing away because I will be crooked, and I promise you I will. Then I'm going to match it up, my corner here at the bottom. You can't see it, I don't have space here. I've got all the boxes on my desk. I will take them away, so I'm just gonna hold mine there and just gonna show you. That's better. And I know I'm just using that line there on my grid, and just put it up there and there as best as you can. And then I will bring this one up, and I know my paper is level there, and then I'm just gonna bring it over, put it down, and then I'm gonna hold my finger here and I'll bring it down. I can hold it. This is the easiest way for me to do it, and I know I will be not crooked, and that is it. So I've got that down. Just want to burnish it very well, and I'm just going to clear some workspace here. Shoo, that's better. How quick can we make a mess? Now where the joint here is, that is where our spine is going to go, and that side and that side. Now I'm not going to cut anything off. I think I am fine. I just need to make a mark for me, and somewhere I need to have enough. I've got enough from the top and the bottom to cover. So my spine is going to go in the middle, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a line on both sides, and then I will do one at the bottom. I think that's going to be easy for me. That is where my spine is going to go. Onto my right hand side, the space in between, I just want to do the whole length. And let me just do the whole, that's it. So the space in between here, where your spine is going to be, and your right hand or your left hand side, well, let's do the right hand side. You need to have a good gap, so when you bring it over to fold it, that it can work. What I normally do with my albums, I will leave 3/8 of an inch gap. So let me just push this up. That's better. So I'm going to measure 3/8 of an inch from where my spine point is to where my right hand side is going to start, and I'm just going to make a dot or just a mark. That's fine. So that is the one side. Then I'm going to go to the other side, and I will have a mark there as well. So that is the space in between. It might be a little bit too much, but I think I'm happy with that. If it's too much for you, you can go for a quarter. You can do a quarter of an inch. But because we're going to do boxes, I'm rather going to go 3/8, and that's what I will do. Then I'm just going to bring it. Oh, it's so big, it's hard to get into the frame. I'm just going to bring this down. I just want to measure this to see how much this is. So to cover, it's nearly a 1/2 inch. Okay, so that is where I need to have chipboard, and I'm going to draw a line, and I think I am straight, and I'm going to draw a line there, and I'm going to do it onto the other side. That was my mark. And I'm just going to draw that line and that line. That is just a guide for me where I am going to put the chipboard down. When I put glue or Scor tape, we're going to do Scor tape and glue, and then if you want to put it down, you've got a guide there where you need to put it down. I'm just going to turn this one over, and I'm just going to draw a line there. That's the chipboard for the spine, and I haven't drawn this one. And there. This is the easiest way that works. It works for me, and I know I'm even all around. I might be a little bit off, but that's fine. Now I'm going to put this aside before we're going to start working with this. We're going to go to our spine, and we're going to do, this is a 1/2 inch Scor tape from a Victorian, and I'm using the white one because you're going to use less. This is what's going to happen from the bottom onto the side, and you're going to take up the whole length, and then you're going to bring it down. I'm just going to burnish it. I'm going to turn my bone folder, and I'm cutting it. This side the same, onto the side of your chipboard, and turn it, and I'm just tearing it and burnish it very well. And then we're going to put one down in the middle. Just burnish, and I'm going to cut it. Put that aside. So we're going to do, with our chipboard, we're going to do all around, just like a picture frame, and then we're going to do in the middle. I'm going to do mine, and I'll show you what it looks like. I have to apologize. I don't have sound again. I'm gonna have to investigate and see why it does this. What I've done is I did the Scor tape on the side of the chipboard, and then the 2 strips in the middle, and now I am just putting glue in between. I do like having the glue because it allows me to have some wiggle room. I don't pull off all the Scor tape at once. I'm not that good, and I don't want to have it skew and then start all over again. I'm just taking the backing of the Scor tape off the middle strips that I can handle, and then I'll just do on this side, I'll just take a few millimeters off and just fold it over. Basically, I'm making a pull for me, so when I do put it down and I'm happy it's in position, and then I can just pull the tape off and then burnished it very well. I found that this is the easiest for me to do. You will see there I've done. Now I'm just gonna line it up. I've got my pencil marks there to guide me, and then on the top where my spine is, I will have it in line there as well. When I'm happy, I'll just press it down, and there I can just do all the pulling of the excess Scor tape backing and pressed it down. I just, at this stage, I just used my hands, and then I just burnished it because I am going to do a good burnish before I can carry on. So just to let the paper grab to the Scor tape, and now I'm just going to go all on the edge again, all around the edge, and just like a picture frame, that is the Scor tape. Very important to have it on the edge because you don't want any lifting there. At the moment it is a bit difficult. The paper is so big, I'm not in the frame for you to have a look and see exactly what I am doing, but I'm sure you get the picture there. And then that is where I'm up to at the moment. So I am going to do all the edges of the Scor with the Scor tape on the chipboard. So this is what I look like now. I've put both sides on, and I've done all the Scor taping. On the side, please, it's very important that you need to do it on the side, and then a few strips in the middle, especially here on the side. And I think I'm going to do one in the middle there as well, because I don't want anything to lift, and the spine is going to work very hard, and you want it nice and secure, and finished it very, very good. Now what we're going to do, I've got a white Scor tape here and there, so when I'll bring this over, there might be some Scor tape sticking out that's not been glued down, but that's fine because we are going to put some other paper on top of this as well. So what I want you to do is you take, let me just make some space, you lift it up, you bring it up, and you're gonna fold it, and you've got a little bit of a fold line there. Turn it around, grab it on this side, and we're gonna just bend it. There is a guide for us now to work. I'm just gonna Scor tool, my scoring tool, I want this one. I'm just gonna do a guide there for me, and on that side, and I'm going to do it on that side and over there. I need all the help I can get. This side, now I'm going to do that one there as well, and it feels good, and that one. Let me feel. Yes, it feels good. It's coming up. You can use your bone folder to do your score lines for you. It's just to help the paper. That's all that we need to do. It's just helping the paper to bend. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it more, and I'm going to bring it over more, and until it's going to come down even more and more and more, and it is down. Now be careful on this side here. We don't have anything, no chipboard here, but we want a straight line. So if you can bring it over, and we're going to score it, and that is for that side. We can bend it down even more and straight through to the other side. Let's do this side as well. This will be much easier, and bend it even more. It's going, and burnished it right through. That's it. And right through. Now what I normally do, I'm using wet glue. Why do I use wet glue? I do it in the crease there, because when your paper is a little bit wet, it's so much easy and better to fold it over and not having any cracking in your paper. And this is also if you've got the 65-pound up to 80-pound paper, that is gonna work very well. And that's what I'm going to do in the crease there. I just, not a lot of glue. It's just to wet the paper and to help me. I'm just going to do it on the one side. Now I am going to take off my scoring, the back of the score tape. And I'm going to peel off the whole section. Now I just need a little bit here, and I'm just going to fold it over. That one there, just fold it over, and this one as well. And we just fold it over. Now I'm going to bring my paper, and I'm going to do the middle first, and I will press it down. Then I'm coming to this side, and I will press it down. Your paper should bend easy now, and that is it. That's all down, and we can take those ones back. And let's burnish, and let's turn. We'll do this side as well. I'm just going to do mine, and I'll come back and I'll show you. Now I've done this side. I did bring it over. Now we're going to do this side. If you don't miter your corners before you glue your sides down, that is not a problem. You can always do it afterwards. So all that I've done is I've cut in to my a little bit of that white paper that was there. I cut in, and now remember I told you it was like that, and all I've done is I turn my chipboard, and it's so big, it was like that. I turn my chipboard and I cut to the end there, and I cut that one to the point there, and I cut it off on the score line here. That's where I am going to cut it. This is another way of doing your miter corners. I just cannot get into the frame. That's better. I just want to lift it. The only thing is you need to cut straight to there, and that's it. So when you bring this over, let's just work it. It is going to be level with your book. You can, I think I will do that. This one I did cut a little bit of an angle, and I'm going to do it with this one as well. Just slightly. That's it. Now I'm going to do my glue trick. I'm going to put glue so I can bend it. And then I'm going to do glue on this side, and at the top flap there. I think I am going to have to take that one off. Oh no, I don't need to. This is coming. So got a little bit of glue, too much glue that side. I don't want the glue to be sticking out. Over, that's it. Now let's bring it over. And down, and we can varnish. Got some glue here, just need to pick it up, and it's, if you ooze out, just clean it up, and you've got a nice corners also. This is what I've done before. I realized to miter your corners is so much easier, but I'm comfortable with this, doing it this way as well. Right, now we're gonna do our page in the middle. But first I want to do is, because this is going to open with a lot of time, I want to put some what you call it, tie-fack. I want to put some tie-fack over here so I know that my spine will be nice and secure. So tie-fack is what they use for buildings in America. We don't have it in the country where I am, but I do get my tie-fack from Sally Geigel as JS Hobbies and Craft. I'm just going to grab my piece and I'll show you. This is my tie-fack, so I've cut it down and it just fits a little bit over the spine on both sides. And let me pull this. Now if you don't have tie-fack, you can use heavy duty interfacing. It is as strong as well, and I normally use that on my on some of my diaries. that is, it is what they use for fabric when they stiffen collars or things like that, and cuffs that you put and you want it very stiff. It's a heavy duty interfacing, and that you can get everywhere. You can use that. It will be fine. It will be as good as what this is. Okay, so I'm just gonna just lay it down, and that's it. And just burnish that well. So now we need to do some more Scor tape here. I'm gonna grab my Scor tape and I'm gonna put it on, and I'll show you. So my Scor tape is on, and now I'm gonna grab some more paper, and I think this is what I'm going to do. More edge showing. Let me show you. Now just to cover this pine where we've got the tie fac, and I've got a piece here. Let me measure for you. It is 4 3/4, and the length it is 10.5. That's gonna go on there, and then we're gonna do these ones, and they're gonna go up there. So that is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna go over there, and we've got our white in between. It's just to cover our tie fac or the fabric, the heavy duty interfacing that you're gonna use. Now, to position this and make sure that we've got it all right is going to be very important. And I've got about that. Let me see if that's going to be okay. I want to see what that looks if I put that one up. I just need a little bit of a white border all around. Just a little piece of white border. And what I am going to do is I'm going to make a pencil mark, and I can always rub it out. That on that little corner, that is where I am going to glue this one down. So what I'm going to do, I've got a smaller Scor tape here, and I'm just going to do on the bottom and at the top the Scor tape, because I don't want that to lift. That is, and I'm just going to cut it off, and let's do that side as well. And I'm just going to burnish it very well. And that is where it's going to go down. Now at this stage I'm going to have to pull off all these Scor tapes and the backing. The backing of the Scor tape. And I think maybe I'm just going to do those two. And a little piece of this one. Maybe I'll be good. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Yes, it looks like it. So this mark, I'm just gonna, and and I'm going to take that one off. These ones should come off very easy. Maybe this is a bit of an overkill, but you know, I want this to last for a long time. Now we're gonna do is, I want this bone folder, and we're gonna go into, and we're gonna try and maneuver this so we can bend it. That's it. That bent very well. And let's do this side. I'm just helping it with my bone folder. Yes, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And that's it. And there it is, all around. That. Okay, now we're gonna put some glue, more Scor tape if you want to. We're gonna put some glue, and then we're gonna put our pages on. And that is what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna do it on this side. I'm gonna put my Scor tape, especially on the side here and at the bottom, like a picture frame, all this, and then those ones would be all fine. I'm gonna do both of mine, and then I'll show you. My Scor tape is on, and we can put it in the book. Let's see. And I am gonna do glue in between. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I know here where is my Scor line for my fold, and I will stay away from that, and I will, as long as you've lined it up with your white paper, that's a sort of a guide, and I think I'm happy, and I'm down. And that side. And let's burnish. We can put this aside. What we're going to work on now, it is our boxes. So I'm just going to bring one in, and just want to show you. So that is going to be your top, and that is going to go in like that. So we're going to do decorations here. Let me bring the book back again, and I'll show you. That is how it's going to go. That's why we've put this here to guide us. And this is where the box is. This is a 1/2 inch. There's enough space here for you to lift it up, or to open it. So what you're basically going to see when you open the box is the top and some of the sides. I'm not going to do any sides. I'm just going to do the top. Now this is up to you how you want to do it. And what decorations you want to use. I'm just going to bring my paper pack back, and I'll show you. In this bag, I do have a lot of offcuts that I had from the album that I made, and they are really nice big offcuts that I can use. I just want to grab those, put it aside. This is what I normally do. I never throw anything away until I'm really done with the paperback. I've got really nice big pieces. Now I'm going to dig in here and I'm going to see what I can use, and that is that will be suitable. I was thinking of having maybe a square with another square and like the numbers. I've got numbers here that I hope they are big enough. That is number 1. I hope so. It looks like they will be, yes, it looks like they will be fine. And what I'm going to do is I will stamp them, and then because the box is square, you don't have to go to a square size. You can go to round punches. You can do round punches. I'm going to make a square and see if I'm going to like it, and I'm going to do a round one and see if I'm going to like which one I'm going to like the best, and then I'll come back and I'll show you. So I've got quite a few here of pattern papers for me to pick from. So what I decided, I am going to do a square, and that is what I'm going to do. This is a Spellbinders. This is Spellbinders Nestabilities, and there's 7 dice in this set, and it's classic square large. This is the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to show you what I did. So I turn my die and I trace around it, and I cut that out. So you can do quite a few papers together, like 3 or 4 layers, and hold it together and cut it out. And then that's that one. This one, I die cut it. I put it through my die cut machine, and that's going to be my layering. And that's all I need, is that little bit of border to show. And then I've got a circle punch here, and I've got no idea. I don't know how big this is. I'm just gonna punch one out just to show you. That's gonna be white, and I'm gonna put the numbers on there. This is what I am going to do. I'll come back and I'll show you all my boxes that I've decorated, and I think that will be in the next tutorial, and then we will put it all together, and that will be very quick and easy. Until the next time.